Past Lives is out in theaters, directorial debut of Celine Song, who also wrote the film based partly on her own life experiences. The story plays out in 3 points in time. 24 years before the present day, when a young Korean girl is preparing to leave with her parents, leave Seoul, to go and emigrate to the US, leaving behind her first love, a boy she goes to school with. Then 12 years before the present day, when they reconnect over Skype as adult people and have a brief period of chatting online. And then finally, in the present day, he comes over to New York finally to visit in person, but she's already married at that point to an American. Yet the two of them decide to meet anyway and attempt to reconnect their present lives to the past. So in lesser hands, a premise like this would have led straight into a cliche rom-com, but Past Lives is very different from that. It's remarkably subtle. It's a smart film about yearning, about longing for someone and confronting that longing with the realities of life, with the fact that you may have to accept that these feelings you've had have to be left in the past. It's very tender and soft, with a lot being said through simple but poignant dialogue, but even more through all of these unspoken words and the silent looks that the characters give each other. I love the dynamic both between the two Korean characters, but also between the wife and the husband, and then the Korean former boyfriend and the now husband as well. All three of them have sort of interesting interdynamics. And within the marriage, the insecurities and doubts that come out as a result of this situation were an interesting angle to explore, all the while not going the easy route and making the husband an antagonist. I also think it's an incredible exploration of nostalgia and sort of past feelings framed through the lens of immigration, of someone who left their home and literally their entire life behind, including changing their name to a new Western one. I absolutely loved the way the film is shot and the scenes are framed. So many shots of looking through windows, so many shots of bridges when the characters are reconnecting, so many background couples doing romantic stuff while we wonder what will happen to the one in the foreground. Some great editing with scenes flashing back and forth between present and past in certain key moments. Fantastic score, sort of light, jazzy piano, perfectly creating and great atmosphere for the film. Great performances too, and I admit there were some individual points in the film where I had some doubts as to whether it would stick the landing and have a satisfying conclusion to all of this. Well, the final 10 minutes or so are simply breathtaking, especially that prolonged shot of the two characters wordlessly looking at each other in hesitation. All in all, it's a really fantastic film. I heard good buzz beforehand, so I had high expectations, and I have to say they were met, which is all the more impressive considering this was made by a first-time director. Great, great stuff.